Vamos a tener que ir a hablar con el tipo que está acá, si no me equivoco. Está... Aquí está.
You are to see me for your assignments, and no one else. I speak for His Grace on such matters. My word is His. As such, any task deserves your full and immediate attention. Pray, make your choice, sir. No doubt you're aware the roads are ever more overrun with beasts of every stripe. The threat has only worsened since the dragon's coming. Trade has suffered, citizens have died. A company of the land's finest sword hands have been gathered to thin the creature's numbers. It is no perfect solution, but it is a start. There's been no end of reports of caravans bearing tribute bound for Gran Soren being waylaid by monsters. Among them, the direst threat is posed by the griffin. It is not a creature easily quelled, but we can ignore it no longer. Hence the company of elites. And now it seems they are prepared to face the beast. They stand in wait outside the castle gate. Go and speak with them for further detail. I fear this may be a long battle, sir. May the Maker be your shield. You are to see. I speak for His grace. Pray, make your choice. You've a stake in this, and a right to hear, sir. You know of Fornival, aye? He is among the wealthiest of Gran Soren's merchants, though now he stands to lose all. He is accused of a litany of crimes. I would beg a favor, if you've the time. It seems Fornival was as busy in his underground dealings as in his honest work. His bill of crimes includes bribery, fraud, abduction, the selling of secrets, even collusion with Salvation. The inquest continues as we speak. Should the present tide prevail, he will likely be found guilty and put to death. Opinions are split, however, on the credibility of the present proofs and testimonies. A few days yet remain before the matter is decided. I ask that you go and gather what facts you can. Any proof is welcome, be it evidence or testimony, aught that clearly shows his guilt or innocence. Justice must be done, and for that, we've need of the truth.
Entonces quedan 4 días, ojo. O sea, tengo que primero hacer esa, o sea, la tribulación. O sea, tengo que juntar pruebas. Veamos qué onda esta misión, porque... mm, hay alguien acá arriba que parece que tengo que hablar con él, ¿no?
I hear old Fornival is the subject of an inquest. His conviction would bring me no joy, not least for the loss of revenue I would suffer. Arisen, I have a proposition, sir. I've long had dealings with Fornival, and want to believe in his innocence. Pray, take a petition for his acquittal from me, that it may help sway his arbiters.
Entonces tiene que salir inocente este tipo.
I entrust I cannot afford.
Así que tengo que buscar pruebas de inocencia contra él. Aunque sea culpable. Ahora hay otros lugares que también tengo que ir. Que vendría a ser este lugar de acá. Primero, yo creo. Y después este lugar de acá. No. Vamos a esperar a que amanezca, eso sí. Bueno, esto no es tan bueno porque va a faltar menos tiempo, pero necesito que amanezca para que estén los...
Fornival's inquest will not wait for us
As I
long.
recall, Fornival has a
We've
daughter,
time
a
aplenty.
young woman.
Hay un montón de gente, hermano. Mucha. Tengo que juntar las pruebas nomás.
Well, there is a saying among the faith's historians that the dragon roars thrice. While this is the third time this land has seen the beast, the words hold another meaning.
What? Fornival stands trial? 'Tis a pity. In truth, the man was profligate. His ostentation earned him envy and enmity in equal parts. But he was not the sort of man to seek profit in the misfortunes of others. I will add my name to the petition. I shall pray that his innocence is proven.
Entonces tengo que, bueno, hablar con este. Tengo que hablar con Fedel, que en el castillo que hablé. Tengo que hablar con Simonia, la hija de Furnival, entre la mansión de propio Furnival para recoger la declaración. Creo que está acá. No me equivoco. Esta es la mansión. Sí. La mansión de Furnival. Y hablar con Síndrome, porque eso está bien. Habla con Cera Dario en la torre de riesgo del viento. El Castro, ambos indicados en el mapa. 3/4. La torre del riesgo del viento. Esa weá debería ser acá o no. Sí. Sí. Entonces solamente son, ¿cuántos son? 2, 3, son como 5 en la cuestión.
Blustering fools just barged in. They hold me prisoner like some common criminal. Tis madness and base insult. You there, you're an able sort. There's time yet afore my trial is decided. Pray, arrange for my acquittal however you may. If you see me through this storm, I'll sell to you at cost for the rest of my days. 'Tis a generous offer, eh? Now go, and pray put an end to this farce. I'm eager to be quit of this confinement. Please, sir.
Entonces se supone que tengo que hablar con la hija de este weón.
I believe in my father's innocence, Arisen. Please, please help him.
Ya, ahora tengo que ir al otro lugar que está allá. Habla con Sir Darius en la torre de Reseña, entonces habla con el testigo del caso en ambos indicados que va a pasar. En concreto el castillo tiene que hablar con Santos. Entonces tendría que salir de acá e irme hacia abajo, o sea, hacia arriba. Y hablar, ir a la torre de allá. Tengo una, dos.
From day to
Tengo
night,
3 pruebas.
areas
y una
are
solución.
completely different.
Seems the castle walls are reached by a flight of stairs ahead. Gran Soren, the beating heart of all gransys.
Entonces se supone que puedo usar una de estas piedras.
Fine castle that. 'Tis nearly a fortress.
This must be the work of the darkest magic.
There.
Walking
Human bones that move on their own.
The skeleton is skilled indeed. The path diverges.
No veo nada.
A forsaken
A
soul
cyclops!
floats in the air.
First strike shall be mine.
Cannot breach its armor!
I lay the phantom to
We need
rest.
magic to fill this beast! This must be the work of the darkest magic.
Be ready. It comes.
I'll try its eye with the taunt!
We must do aught about its armor. Its helmet is
I'll
off.
grab it where it's weakest.
Aim for its weapon arm!
I'll take its sight.
I've a hold on it. Strike out the eye.
That Cyclops is armored!
Let's scatter those bones. Be ready. It comes.
That item is mine. What's this?
I'll see to that club.
Aim for its weapon arm!
Common attacks cannot pierce its armor.
I'll bait it!
There. Human bones that move on their
The
own.
worm's cunning has driven beasts to flood in from the mountains.
That Cyclops
This
is
is all
armored!
for now. I've learned new techniques against that foe.
Skeleton is skilled indeed.
Este va así. Este monstruo es fuerte, pero vamos a dar una build, yo creo. Voy a buscar una build porque realmente siento que estoy pegando muy poco.
Its eye is
I've
vulnerable.
learned new techniques against that foe.
That Cyclops is
Snatch up
armored!
heavy tusks! You break free!
Voy a ver si me puedo armar una build un poco más fuerte porque estoy pegando muy poco. Muy poco. Chao, dile.
I'll act as bait! Let go!
Me tienen agarrado seguro.
Scatter those bones.
A blow from one of us will free you from its control. I shall restore your health.
I'll bait it!
There. Human bones that
Yo
move
creo que,
around.
como dije, voy a buscar una build porque necesito buscar una build que sea un poco más fuerte. Best build Dragon Dogma. Aquí hay una vez. A ver si lo puedo mostrar. No creo que no me deja mostrarlo. Pero quiero verla porque realmente necesito una build como esta. ¿No? Me gustaría poder mostrártelo, pero tengo que.
Will interrupt fights.
Oh, tis mad with rage!
His roar. Stand clear.
This looks interesting.
I'll provoke it further still!
Rain attacks upon its legs.
Phantoms release their hosts when attacked.
Porque la historia es corta.
We
¿No?
must be cautious.
La historia no es tan larga. Yo la he hecho más larga de lo que debería. Podría buscar hacer una.
Drops is more.
Choosing completely different classes, and maybe a completely different class than the one that you intend to use in the end. Now, it's
Help
not
me!
necessary
Hurry!
to min-max very heavily in this game.
Allow an
to get
ally
to
to
the
strike you. Quickly.
No matter what,
I have it.
you can pretty much
Someone
do
hurry!
it.
Attack!
It's very easy.
Tis a troubling foe.
Or I'd say more gear dependent than stat dependent. However, if you do build your character purely and min-max, you do get results. So how do you do that? Well, from 1 to 10,
Phantoms
you
release
only
their
pick
hosts when attacked.
character classes. Depending on the class you pick, stat
Pays no heed to its feet when enraged!
This must be the work of the darkest magic.
So if you use a bow or a physical weapon,
The first strike shall be mine.
you will need to pick the fighter from level 1 to 10 to get that 4 attack power.
We must be cautious.
You might want to be using a bow right away, but just wait
Refreshment
for
is in
the
order.
opportunity soon. From
Skeleton
11
is
to
skilled
100,
indeed.
if you're doing a physical build, you want
Arisen,
to go
I am at your
with
side.
It's
Its armor is
important
rent.
that you go right to Grand Sword as soon as you get the opportunity. There'll be some tempting side quests, but just go to the encampment where you learn to build your pawn, etc. And then once you get the quest to deliver something to Grand Sorin, that is when you go right there and pick assassin or sorcerer
Tis mad
as
with
your
rage.
special class. Now, if you're doing magic, obviously sorcerer is what you want to pick. So anything like the magic archer, sorcerer, mage, the best way to min-max for that class in the end game will be doing
I lay the phantom
11
to rest.
archer as a sorcerer and 1 to 10 as a mage. Now, it's the exact same if you want to go assassin or sorcerer, respectively.
That Cyclops is
Magic
armored!
from
I've learned
100
these.
and 1 to 200. However,
I'll take
the
that.
stat bonuses you get from
They
levels
rampage
100
in
to
like to
200 significantly cut in half, usually about 50%
Let's strike it
more.
down.
So if you are min-maxing and you only want
Finish
to
it with
kind of
magic.
half-ass it, doing it from levels 1 to 100 is going to get you a ton more bang for your buck than doing it 101 to 200. So definitely
Don't
something
allow
to
it to
consider.
possess you.
Now, as I
What's
mentioned,
this?
it's not necessary
An
at
ally's
all
blow will dislodge the ghost!
in this game. Most of the power you're going to get is going to be gear based. However, like I also said, you will notice a difference.
It draws the life from its host!
Be ready. It
A
comes.
blow from one of us will free you from
Phantoms release their host when attacked!
Magic class.
I've learned
And
a new way
since
to
all
fight
of
their
the
ills.
systems
Let's strike it down.
govern how
grows
you raise
with the
your
life
stats
it
in this game
speaks.
are
Allow an ally to strike
I
you.
thought
Quickly.
this video
Patience
might help
and vigilance.
some beginners. And if you're looking for more
Strength in
details
numbers.
The
on
worm's
exactly
coming
what
has
these
driven
numbers
beasts.
are, I'm
Blood
going to be
is
putting
allowed.
in the description a link to the wiki where you can find the little spreadsheets for what you get from each character class stat-wise and from what level range you get it. It is important if you are doing this that you go to Grand Soren, the major first city, and escort that wagon quest as soon as possible. So there's going to be a few required quests before that, but just make sure that you don't wander off the beaten path and start doing side quests, which are going to be those little blue circles. You always want to be following the orange circles at the very beginning of the game because it's important that you're getting here right when you hit level 10 so that you can start to take advantage of either the assassin or the sorcerer class to get the most power out of your character. After that, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want. You can buy the equipment you want, but you might not have the money yet. For instance, I was not able to afford an arch staff for my pawn. But I would still say it's definitely worth it doing this as soon as possible, especially if you are looking to build the most powerful character that you can. So if you're going for that physical build, again, you want to go assassin, and if you're going for magic, you want to be a sorcerer as soon as possible, especially from levels 11 to 100 when you get the biggest gains. Also, the Mystic Knight is kind of a strange case since the weapon damage is going to scale off strength, and a lot of your abilities and spells obviously will scale off of the magic. So in that case, a mix of both might actually be the true min-max for that build, depending on what you're looking to do. And if you're looking to get the highest defense gains at every level, actually the Magic Archer is the way to go. So I hope you enjoy, I hope you have fun playing some Dragon's Dogma, and I hope you stay milky.
Hey guys, this is Kaijin Hunter. I am absolutely in love with Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. It's my first time playing the game. I had put it off for years, thinking that it was just a generic sort of open world type game, which I wasn't into, and I couldn't have been more wrong. Now, I'm going to make a few videos where I try to be more concise, but one of the complaints that I see online is that people bought the game and they played it in the first few hours, they didn't know what to do, they got lost, and just stopped playing. So I wanted to make a video covering just the first sort of few hours of the game, a little bit more compressed, just to let you guys know what to do and what the core gameplay loop is. So hopefully if you do have the game, you can pick it back up, or if you're thinking about it, this might give you a preview of what to expect. I'm not even through the game, not by any means, and I'm already in love with it. I've already put in over 20 hours. This is like Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, and Zelda Breath of the Wild had a baby. It's absolutely fantastic, so hopefully you guys will give this game a shot. So when you start the game, you are going to do this sort of flashback scene, so to say. This is really just a scenario to teach you the basic controls and flow of combat. However, they are making you play as a knight, and so don't think that the game is just swords and shields. It's certainly a lot more than that. You are treated to a rather cool boss fight at the end of this tutorial, which is the Chimera. This is basically to teach you that you can press ZR to grab onto an enemy in this game. By grabbing onto an enemy, you're able to climb them and attack weak spots. Physics plays a big role, which is why I kind of get that Zelda vibe from this game, but go ahead and cut off the tail, jump and defeat the ghost, and then put in the final blow to defeat the boss and be treated to your character creation. This probably is a first for almost any game I've ever played, but the actual build of your character, the height and the weight, actually matter. If you're small and scrawny, you can jump on enemies and run around faster, recover stamina faster, but you have less reach and stuff like that. If you want a big bulky character who doesn't get staggered, you can have a nice tall, larger character. So they do a good job of showing you presets here, sort of like some body configurations that might go really well with the style of play you think you might be doing. But definitely take some care into making your character. It's actually quite interesting that they play intuitively like they look. Once you create your character, you are treated to the intro scene where a lot of cool stuff happens, and then the game sort of thrusts you into things. After the long cutscene, you do wake up in your room, and now it's time to choose your class. This is like choosing a weapon in Monster Hunter. You're going to be able to change this a lot of times later, so don't think too deeply about it, but for your first intro hours, this is going to determine if you like the general feel of combat. Fighter is basically great sword and sword shield, Strider is like blue blades and bow, and Mage is a mage. Strider I definitely think is the more neutral one. I think more people will like, because it's fast, it's versatile, and there's different stuff you can do. But it doesn't really matter which one you choose, so choose which one is ever best for you. If you find you don't like it again, you'll be changing it later anyway, so don't worry about it.
Strength in
And this is the
numbers,
first
Arisen.
area where I think the game drops the ball a little bit on some new players, which is after you leave your house after that cutscene, the game just sort of says, okay, go talk to people, do stuff, and explore the world. But what they fail to tell you is really that this town has a lot to do in it. So take some time to see, okay, can I jump? Can I scale on stuff? Can I run and jump? Figure out the controls and get familiar with traversing, because like Assassin's Creed, being able to move around a lot is actually going to be really important, both in combat, but also I think just getting around in general. Some cool stuff like that intro house over here, you can get on top of it, scale it, and in the back there's some treasure chests, so plenty of reasons to explore this game, always tons of treasure lying all over the place. Now the game is telling you to go to the main gate to progress the story, but what you really want to be doing, and this is just that intro sort of slope, is actually going to the inn, which is over to the right. I don't know why they didn't just include that in the tutorial, because it's really, really important. Go inside of the inn and you'll see the quest board on the right. Quest boards are at every inn. Basically, you just want to accept every quest that's on it. They're just simple stuff like defeat 10 skeletons or 20 rats and stuff like that. But they sort of get tracked in real time. You never have to come back and report that you did them. And it's just a way to earn extra experience in gold as you're out exploring and defeating monsters. So definitely something that's very important. The other function of an inn is when you talk to the innkeeper, this is sort of like your storage box where you keep all your extra items, all your extra gear and stuff like that. Now the game does start you off with some items in your box, mainly pertaining to the DLC part of the game, which is like when you're level 50, so much later. But it does have one item in particular which you want, which is something that you can sell for an absolute metric ton of money, which I think they did, which is this monocle here to the left. I think they added it because they wanted people to just get a jump start on the game, get into there with less stress, and also get further in the game so they can explore the DLC as well. So go ahead and pick that up. You can sell that at a store for 312,000 gold, which is going to satisfy all your financial needs up and through like mid-game. They also give you some starting armor, so go ahead and pick that up, and you're going to want to equip that. Honestly, the starting town has a ton of story scenario. There's stuff where you kidnap somebody at night who is robbing the stores. There's some, enemies that you have to fight. There's monsters in the well and a whole new map. There's a lot of gameplay to be had here. I think I spent like 2 hours doing all the quests before I even moved on. So definitely make sure you go around the town, talk to everybody, and see what there is to do. Here I am at the store where I'm going to sell the monocle for 112,000 gold. And I do recommend using some of that money to buy yourself some starting weapons. Do you have you with these rusted weapons in your hands? Don't go ahead and sell those though. The rusted weapons will actually come very much in handy later in the game. So just keep them in your inventory, deposit them when you're at an inn, and move on. Definitely make sure you pick up flasks with oil, a bunch of those, and some lanterns, because as you go through the game, you'll notice that there's a lot of dark areas and dungeons, and you're going to want to have lanterns with oil or oil to fill them up so that you can actually see what you're doing. Just to give you an example of some of the stuff you might miss if you just go ahead and plow on with the story and leave this town. For example, if you run all the way up here and to the right, there's a chapel, and there's a quest here from the father who sort of lost one of his scriptures. One of the helper boys lost it, so you have to go find it. Very simple stuff, all contained within this village, but great for earning experience points, learning more about the world, and even leveling up as well.
Tis a fool rushes in against an unknown foe.
I've learned new techniques against that foe.
Did it!
Okay, now let's move down to the gate, and let me just show you. I'm just going to skip all the village stuff, and we're just going to plow forward, so definitely spend your time here. So once you get to the gate, you get this sort of weird summoned guy who's called a
Hey up everyone.
Nature is unbridled here.
And in this video,
it's quite a pleasant corner.
Showing you how to go from level 0 to 74 in 40 minutes.
Be wary of anyone we encounter out here.
I've already begun. I've done the intro. I'll leave the the prologue area. I'll leave that to you guys.
Watch for their lunges.
It only takes about 10 minutes. So, a few things first. You need to be on hard. So make sure you're
clever than a common
It is effective to knock them back.
Or if you've already started, go into the options.
Go! Feed!
And change it to normal.
no mere wolf.
And then you can go to the main menu and switch it to which will start back at the start. So, build.
They hold the advantage.
I've learned of beasts.
So that's assassin, strider, or
Anytime.
to begin with, you can only choose between fighter,
We have
mage,
triumphed.
and
What's this?
strider. So I've gone with strider first for purposes of this guide. I've picked strider. If you want to max out a certain statistic like strength, for example, you want to pick fighter
Ignore
first,
the comely
stay
face.
back
I'm
towards
zealous,
level
Blaze
10,
ablaze.
no more, and then switch to assassin
Did it.
level 10 because you can't.
Strength in
you can't
numbers,
change
Arisen.
a vocation
A white
to
wolf.
tendency.
It will be red
I will
soon enough.
protect you, Arisen.
Good. So
Clever than a
Watch
common
for the lunges.
I've slowed down the time here, so
It is more bloodthirsty than a wolf.
So come into the inn, you're going to manage stored items and go and change it.
It is effective to knock them back.
Now, what I'm doing now, it's not, this isn't
Did it!
like a priority, it's not like extremely important, this is just to help your defense.
We have triumphed.
So you want to come into here.
This
so
looks
you should be
interesting.
able to do this no matter what build you are. Come into here, torso, you want to select the wavering cloth. The wavering cloth. The vagabond armor's pretty good as well, but the wavering cloth has just a bit more magic defense, which you will need. So you want to equip that, then you want to go into hands or arms and equip the lion's spine. Now, this is Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, so this will all be in your item management already. It's actually part of the
What's
game.
that?
Right, what I'm doing, I'm just equipping a ring. This isn't. There's no need to do this. I'm not sure why I'm equipping that ring for. I think it's a force of habit, really. There's a notice board there. If you want to just grab any note, any
He's far stronger than a common goblin.
while you're doing it, you don't really harm.
Their kind is weak to fire.
This ends it.
Not by
Strike the lot of them down at once.
sell.
Slay the leader first!
Going to buy some cancel transactions. Going to
Burn them.
and switch your item management with R1.
We have triumphed.
Once you're in item storage, go into your
Did it?
head. Your head.
I'll take
fire,
that.
You want to sell all of that. As you see that middle one, Ruminator's Monocle, it sells for 300.
I wonder what's inside.
That's where the main bulky money is going to come from this early in the game. So sell all your head.
I shall restore your
You want to
health.
go
Hold
back
on.
into buy. You want to buy 100 green warish, I think it's pronounced. Buy 100 of them because you'll be using them to heal you throughout the course of this video. You want to buy 10 of the one just below it, the
I spy
Mithridate.
tracks. Wolves,
No,
perhaps.
that's
or
just a
wild
heal
dogs.
poison. If you get
There,
poison at any
master!
point,
Snow
use
harpies!
one of them and it'll heal the poison.
Lure them down and strike.
It hates fire!
After that, come out and go into the pool.
Their screams
I'm
seal
set
the
it
blood to ice.
Now! My fire is yours! I strike with fire afore it recovers! Now! Bring fire!
Don't take too
I have it!
They are quite heavy. One thing I forgot to mention, your carry weight is very
Learn a new way to fight,
See
baby.
me, sorry, not carry weight, your body weight is very important. You can see me you want to be over 110 body weight because that will your
It
body
hates
weight
fire!
your body weight
Lure them
body
down
weight
and strike.
more, allows you to carry more.
Everyone, be
Sorry,
healed!
I'll go back to that.
Beware the harpy song.
By 150.
I set its wings ablaze!
Then afterwards, just move on with the main story objectives. I will walk you through it as you go along.
Tis within range of our steel!
He's within striking range.
Yeah, sorry, back to
Now! My fire is yours!
your body weight needs to be over 110. That's
I'll
very
strike with
important
fire
to
before it
create
recovers.
at the start of this.
Did it!
Because if you pick lower than that, then you won't be able to carry as much. And what we have purchased here, it may overburden you. What happens when you make your character over 110 body weight? is he'll have the maximum carrying capacity of 100 kilos.
Every beast has its weakness.
And that is
Observe
what
closely.
you want. It will help you further in the game as well. It will help you
And learn
carry
to
more.
exploit it.
Trust me, that will be very helpful. Alright, so we're on with the main story. We've sold everything, we've bought what we need to. No, so 100 healing items, 10 poison herbs, 100 throw blasts, and 150 mushrooms. Make sure you hotkey
Fear not, shall we lose our way,
you do that
master.
on the
Your map
inventory
will
menu.
serve
Just
us.
click on them, then it'll prompt will come up saying assign hotkey, and you just choose what hotkey you want. Then to use the hotkey, hold L1 and L1 together,
I'll heal your
L1
wound.
and R1, and then press whatever direction on the D-pad that item is hotkey to. Right, so Renard here. Here, you want to use the throw blast, and you do want to save him, because if you do not save him now, he'll be gone for the rest of the game. So just as you're passing by, just throw some throw blasts at the goblins.
Slay it where it lays!
Any that would target the Arisen are mine. Learn a new way to fight there, Ruth.
Don't let them drag you off!
Burn them to ash! I strike with fire before it recovers! It's within striking range!
Rocks here may hold all.
I set its wings ablaze!
Beware the hoppy song!
Fall, beast!
Any of this, just completing these few story objectives that I did, you shouldn't
I'll
really
provoke
miss
it.
any.
It hates fire!
Don't let them drag you off!
Tis within range of our steel!
Burn their wings!
I set its wings ablaze!
If you want to, I'm only doing it at this speed for the
We have
purpose of the guide.
triumphed.
You can do any story side quest
Strength
away
in
if you want.
numbers, Arisen.
So once you're in this little tent, you want to make sure you grab this liquid vim here. There we go, liquid vim. Make sure you collect that. It's very important for later on. Right near the end of the guide, you will need that. So you interact with this rift stone, and then you
Snow Harpy!
here.
We've come quite a ways from
exit the
Cassardis.
gate. Sorry.
I'll draw its attention! Slay them before they can use their voice!
This,
Fall,
this
beast!
door up here. Just throw one or two throw blasts.
Strength in numbers, Arisen.
Did it!
If you're new to this game, you're likely going to be very
Snow
amazed
Harpy!
by the
Seems
amount
it
of
was
damage
abandoned
these throw
here.
blasts.
Lure them down and strike!
Such a minor
It hates fire!
It is within range of our steel! Rain steel upon it!
How much damage they can do. The only bad thing
Hold
is
it
you have
still
to
while I finish it!
On solid ground, the advantage is
It would be a
ours.
bit too easy. Literally just spam it.
Burn them to ash!
So you do need to
Hold it! I'll
manually
end this!
each time. And
Strike it!
sometimes
When it alights!
if you go a bit too fast,
I set its wings
It's within
ablaze!
striking range!
you'll
We have
sort of
triumphed.
cancel the equip. You'll go through it and not realise you've not actually
I'll heal
equipped
your
it, so
wounds.
just make sure you be wary of that. So yeah, all you need to do is jump. Don't go too close to that orc. Just jump, throw
Monsters never
blast
want
one or
for
two,
hiding
and that'll
spots
kill
in the
him.
forest.
Loot anything he drops, then come back into the encampment. You'll head back over to the rift, and then you will make
With the next master.
make your main pawn. Now,
That
it's
one!
completely up to how you want to make them.
Quite
You know,
the eccentric
do what I
one
do,
says
guys.
how about
I'm
here.
just doing
I'll leave the
this
weak those to you.
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
What pawn you make. I
Charitable, sir.
A troubling foe!
Attack in quick succession.
I'm out of here.
I cannot move!
Counter after they strike.
That item is mine.
This will restore a bit of health.
Any that would target the Arisen are mine. No! They hold the advantage!
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
Kill them all. They attack in quick succession.
Your pawns get onto them. It'll just take the heat off you slightly and just give you a little bit more chance to get through that section. I'm probably making it sound really difficult there. It can be, but you will see soon. You just need to do exactly what I instruct when we get to that point, and you'll see that it is doable. Alright, so make your main point there. Just come straight back out that gate and back out that gate. Do not do any more main quests now. You can do some side quests if you want, but do not talk to anybody else related to main story quests, alright? Because if you do, that may void some
a
side
tower in the
quests
distance.
you may not have access
What says the
to.
map, Arisen?
Right, so you come back out here, you get that notification saying
Everyone,
that the
be
Cassardis
healed.
beach is open at night now. That's what we needed. Alright, so back to Cassardis now, all the way back over there.
The road splits here.
You've probably noticed.
Let's be doubly sure of
my
which will see
stamina
us to our
gauge, I do
destination.
keep refilling it with mushrooms. That's because, as I said earlier,
I wonder what lies beyond the
horizon.
horizon.
The main menu to do
I hope
that. I just hold L1 and R1.
You'll find out someday,
and
Master.
Press whatever direction on the D-pad it's hotkey to, and
Snow Harpy!
like that, much more convenient.
Lure them down
I
and
set its
strike.
wings
Keep
ablaze.
this rolling. It's
Now,
normally
I'll
holding
set it ablaze.
R1.
Or have it!
Stop for a second. If I do it as a
Now,
roll,
bring fire!
it has no effect. That's why I'm waiting till I'm rolling.
It hates fire!
I've learned new techniques against that foe.
Just save it. You don't need to worry about it.
Fall, beast!
Just save.
Burn their wings.
I set its wings ablaze. I've learned of
Right,
beasts.
so back in Cassardis.
I'll provoke it.
So a few more side
Did it.
quests.
Strength in numbers, Arisen.
You want to come into.
We
the
have
inn.
triumphed.
Talk to the innkeeper here, Pablos. You want to rest for 50 gold, and you want to stay.
Fear
till
naught should we
night.
lose our way, Master. Your map will serve us.
It's night time to head to BBI, where we are now going. It's a Black Isle.
It is difficult to walk such a narrow
It's
path.
night time. Head outside here. Head on to the here. There she is. Just mind her own business, standing over there in the dark. And just go over to her.
Mind the
chat
wind,
with her,
Arisen.
and she'll take you to BBI. But just
I'm on my
before
way.
you go over,
Very
wait
well.
for pawns to catch
I'll
you,
go at once.
and grab them all, throw them in
There's
a
little sign of looting.
river here,
Perhaps the wind
in the water.
have
Make sure
kept
you
thieves
don't
at
throw them
bay.
in near the shore because it'll be too shallow and you won't die. So just throw them in like this, wait for them to disappear from the mini-map, then that'll signify that they're definitely dead. Once they're dead,
We've come quite a ways from Cassardis.
all will become clear very soon.
The land here is meager, unfit to sustain trees.
I'll heal your wounds.
Alright, so now I'm Bitter Black.
The soil
Isle.
here is unique.
And
We
over
may
to
find
here,
aught
there'll
new
be a
to
small
harvest
thing.
from
Head
it.
to the notice board behind her and take the guiding light notice board quest. So that will be one in which you will complete automatically along here. Right, so you've got no pawns with you. Make sure there's no pawns with you right now. And head through here.
Canyon floor is
And
an
now
apt
we are
spot
going
to find ourselves surrounded. We'd best
Small
be
bit of
careful.
farming. This may take you a minute.
Counter after they strike.
Take on the strong.
Sometimes for an opening.
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
So this chest.
They attack in quick succession.
There's about 6 items contained.
What's for their magic?
Every time you open it, you'll
Strike while they conjure.
before you collect it. You want it to be blast arrows. If it's not blast arrows, leave it, then exit the room, come back in, and then the contents will change. See? Blast arrows, that's what you want. You get 10 of them. So just open the chest, see what it is. If it's not blast
Tis
arrows,
a troubling
leave
foe.
the contents in
They
there.
attack in quick succession.
Wait for an opening.
And just repeat that until you get blast arrows.
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
Because they will take the contents before you exit. They'll take something you don't want. Right, so you've got the
I'll heal your wounds.
I have it! Hurry!
We have triumphed.
For the pawn support pawns, you can only have a maximum 3 pawns. Your main pawn and 2 other pawns. So you want to come into here, and ideally...
They're armed, Master! That one!
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
Pawns are you want to
Wait for an opening.
They attack in quick succession.
get closer.
I'll heal all our wounded.
You were lucky!
Counter after they strike.
Leave it to me.
Everyone, be healed.
Stay with me!
If no fighters appear, you can make more pawns appear by enlisting one and then talking to it again and sending it away. That'll make another pawn come in. That's the thing now, and then another
They're left
fighter.
exposed after a grand strike.
Right, so we've got 2 fighters with us, and we've got the main.
They attack in quick succession!
Right, now we can
Counter after they strike!
Where a good chest was.
Wait for an opening.
Keep pressing down.
That
on the
item is
D-pad,
mine.
because
What's
that's like
this?
the pawn's commands. Come, which will make him come quicker. It will stop them from stopping and trying to engage enemies. And these are very strong on hard at your level. They can kill you in 1 or 2 hits. So run down here and keep pressing down to tell your pawns to come to you. As it keep coming in. One of them may get unlucky. I've had times where one has been attacked and died like near enough instantly, like all of a sudden you'll just see a skull icon on the map. So yeah, just head down there, hopefully no one will get killed. Keep pressing down on the D-pad to come. That large enemy death, we're going to encounter him again later, which is probably the main bulk of your leveling here, he will be. So yep, come all the way down here through this door. Now you're in a sort of safe area now at the moment. This area does become dangerous later, but for now it's a sort of safe area. Right, there will be a like type of merchant here. What's his name again? Barak. Yeah, talk to him.
Anytime.
I've slowed this down again so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Going to buy, sell. Going to buy. Now, lease items are very important that you need to buy.
We're like to find a bountiful harvest
way
tucked
down
in among
to
all these nooks
I'm on
and
my way.
crannies.
Curatives tab. And you want to buy... No, not that.
Appears someone lives here.
I'll
Perhaps
heal
we
your
might find
wounds.
supplies. A creature of pure stone.
Snow Harpy! Arisen, I am at your side.
Fall,
You want to buy
beast!
Fiendish
I'll
extract.
begin with the
All
strongest.
3 of them.
Those
It's only
amulets
3.
power its
Buy
movement.
all 3 of them.
strike
They
with
increase
fire
your
before it
maximum health.
recovers.
Beware that
They-
ray of
they
light.
About double
Only
your health.
physical blows will destroy the amulets.
So you want to buy 3
That
of
weapon
them
is a threat.
Fiendish
Be wary.
and 3.
That amulet responds to magic.
What's that?
Our blows are finding purchase.
Completely restore all your health. So 3 godly analeptic.
That was
and,
effective.
3 fiendish.
It's down.
It's
Smash
fallen.
the amulet.
Now attack!
Yeah, so once
It's
you
on
bought
its
them
knees.
two, come out that tab and go into
It falters! Strike now!
Now, while we can get at that
down
disc.
and you want to buy
It falters.
the
I will strike it
Martyr's
down.
Talisman. Now that's 35,000, but you should have enough if you've only
Tis our
bought
chance!
what I've asked you to. You want to buy the Martyr's Talisman. What that does is it increases your XP gain.
It's on its knees.
We've the advantage. Keep attacking. I've learned new techniques against that foe.
You should have
Tis
a list
down!
on you,
Smash the
but
amulet!
just in case, we'll buy that one.
It falters. Strike now.
And that's all you need.
grab it.
Anything else,
Take
if
the
you want
chance to
buy,
attack.
buy
I'm
that
desperately
one.
low on
Blood
stamina.
strikes serve well!
I dare say we're hurting it.
And then I buy just a dagger.
Tis our chance!
My character.
Large or small, any monster can be slain.
My damage. So,
Now,
not really any
while we
need,
can get at that disc!
But you have some money left over. Completely up to you, or you may want to save it for later.
Give no quarter!
That's everything done with it.
So those amulets serve to animate the brute.
Quickly! Aim for those discs!
And that nice talk that we took short, that we took it earlier, we've just repeated that just by talking to him.
Large or small, any monster can be
Easily
slain.
spotted out in the open
Now
ground.
we are heading to the gauntlet, and that's where the fun begins. Right,
Advantage.
so down these stairs.
Everyone, be healed.
Burn them to ash. Now, my fire is yours. Now, bring fire.
Tis dangerous in this state, but its amulets grow frail.
Take the chance to attack. I'll grab it where it's weakest.
Tis gone mad! Stand clear!
Now almost every enemy in here will hit very hard.
That weapon is a
gone mad
threat.
with
Be
rage.
wary.
These tall guys swing their arms like they're all floppy.
It's dangerous to approach it
It
now.
is dangerous in this state, but its amulets grow frail.
Right, so there's going to be some bats in this area, so you can just be ready to kill them. You need to attack these, otherwise they'll
Tis gone mad!
follow you.
Stand
And even
clear!
these bats can kill you in 1 or 2 hits. Some more will appear down the bottom here.
I'll scale it. Strike while it's distracted.
Bonies, a lot of bonies.
It is a troubling foe.
Equip your throw blast. Wait until they've
It is enraged.
throw one. Equip another
Only
one.
physical blows will destroy the
Now
amulets.
you try to kill all these with throw blast. Try not to let them hit you.
I'll scale it and strike
I'll
from
heal your
above.
wounds.
I'll grab it where
That
it's
amulet
weakest.
responds to magic.
No, they hold the advantage.
Any that would target the
I've
Arisen are
learned of
mine.
beasts. I'll grab hold of it.
Blunt strikes will best shatter the discs.
Large or small, any monster can
Don't
be
let it
slain.
tread on you.
As it just kill them. Now she'll get some nice XP there.
How can we
You
stop
want
such
to
a hulk?
collect everything they drop.
I'll scale it and strike
That
from
looks
above.
They
promising.
may have dropped an item useful for Renard's
What's that?
quests later on. I think it's, I can't remember the name of the item now, some sort of, I think it's coal ore or something, can't remember. Anyway, so you're here now in the gauntlet. Now this is, you're going to like this. Right, so, just got it. First, you need to use that fiendish extract, which will bring your health up to, as you saw there, near 2,000, and then fill your health completely.
That one!
Now,
Small caves such as
run all the
this
time.
oft hold items of
Do
some
not use
use.
hotkeys now, because it may...
Armed bandits are
using
Counter after they
hotkeys
strike.
may trip you up just from the button, holding the buttons down. So, in this area, when you need to
The
refill
first
your
strike
health,
shall be mine.
They attack in quick
use
succession.
the touchpad, you do it from the menu there. It'll pause the game, just do it there, it'll just create, it'll just allow you to get some breathing space as you heal. Right, this guy, wait for him to fire that and then jump out the way. If he just hit you, it won't kill you, so you can
Did it?
quickly heal if you need to. And
We
you
have
will die
triumphed.
with one throw blast.
They attack in
Now,
quick
you're not doing
succession.
nothing else. Now you just need to bolt. Just run straight where I'm running. You need to be quick, so there's going to be a gargoyle right behind you. And be ready to jump behind these gaps in the bridge where one of the boards are missing.
I'd not thought to find such a place here. 'Tis a land rife with spots where you...
There's a gap there.
Useful
Make sure
materials
you jump
may
that. Now,
hide.
If you run around him.
They're armed,
if
Master.
You quit, you should be able to get away from him before if he hits you on the bridge.
Leave it to me.
you're
Start with
probably
the
looking at
weakest.
death. So you need to get around him before he fires that fireball. Up this bridge, jump across there. Now you want that item, the void key. Grab that void key. Grab it. Now, as soon as you grabbed it, go into your
I'll heal all our
inventory,
wounded.
select the lift stone and use it, and that will warp you back to the start.
Seems
of
this
the
place is
BBI.
dogged by thieves.
Grand Soren is ever
Now,
quite the sight.
That's the BBI gauntlet.
I'll take that.
Hopefully you did that first time, didn't have too much trouble.
Anytime.
Almost everything in that gauntlet will kill you in 2 hits.
Tis a far cry from the roads we're accustomed to,
If you
that's
didn't
for
have
certain.
that item that's doubled your health,
What's that?
you'll die in 1 hit. That's
What do
why
you
we
make
need
of
that.
this,
It just gives
Master?
you
Shall we
chance
enter?
to get hit, to pause and to heal.
What's
just gives you that
this?
extra time which you need. Right, now we're back here. Throw all your pawns away. You don't need them no more. You may be thinking, why is he throwing his pawns away? They're going to help him. Well, they do
Tis
help
treacherously
you,
steep.
but they also... It's also
looks interesting.
harder to judge enemies' attacks with them because the enemy will be going for targets in effect, and so they'll have more. It'll be harder to predict their attacks. But if they're only going for you, it's harder to sort of manipulate the enemy AI. You know what I'm talking about? You know, learn the boss's movesets. Also, when you have pawns with you, it affects how much XP you get.
Would be a small wonder to find anything within such a labyrinth.
That's probably the most important thing about it. It does vary. It depends on their level difference compared to you. But such early in the game, it's better to just throw them away. And like I said, they will make the enemy
Look at the
fights
size
more
of it.
difficult because
What
they'll
could
be
lie within
attracting
such a
the
tower?
enemy's attention, making it harder for you to avoid their attacks. Right, so we need to come all the way back down here, where we were before. I know it's a long
tower?
trek, you have to come all the way
Standing
back
in
down.
such
So
remotes?
there are shortcuts on this area, in BBI, but they're a bit further in.
A
Right, so we've
watchtower,
got that void
perhaps?
key. Now we can open this gate.
The Blue Moon Tower.
Look closely at the
Single
top of
mislaid
walls and
step.
similar spots.
You needn't worry
There may
about
be
that.
places.
This tower was built long, long ago at a lord's behest. Some say it was to ward against the worm, others an altar to the old gods.
In this room here, this sort of
What a gaff.
If you lose your way, you need but
Soaked to the
consult your
bone.
map.
yeah, so come through here, just run straight past these.
¿Qué pasó? Se tiraron.
Avoid the big flying birdie thingy. Get its name through here. Now this is a sort of safe area again.
There, Master! Snow harpies!
So Gutter of Misery, you want to go up the stairs here,
Burn them to ash!
up the stairs and come through this door here. These double doors. You're
It
gonna
hates
meet that merchant again.
Skeleton
here,
mage!
Barak. Come through here.
Slay them before they can use their
Behind him,
voice!
You don't need him right now. Come around here to Notice Board and climb up
This
this
must
ledge.
be the work of the darkest magic.
You want to take that Moonbeam gem. Very important to grab that Moonbeam gem. You need that to grab the strong bow that we need. There's a Notice Board there, so you can
There,
take the quest.
human
off there
bones
if
that
you want
move
to.
on their own!
Right, come down the stairs afterwards and just grab these throw blasts.
The
from
floor
this
has
table.
fallen through.
Probably
Tread
do
carefully,
not need
Master.
them,
Twill be
but
easier going,
there's
searching in this
20 or
area
so
now.
here, and it only takes seconds, so just come and grab them just in case.
They rampage indiscriminately.
Right, so we're all done in there. All we really needed was that moonbeam gem, that green gem. So now you want to head back into that central safe area where you've met Barak for the first time. So we're heading back there.
What a
So come
gaff.
back down them steps and then through this door here, which you entered from a little earlier. Back through here.
There, Master! Skeleton Magi! None may touch the Arisen!
So back up the stairs here and then back out the door. Now, depending on what type of bow build you are, now the Strider and the Assassin can use this bow that I'm going to collect, but the Ranger will need a slightly different bow. Now, I can't remember exactly the door that bow is in. My memory's a bit hazy, but if you're the Ranger and you want to do this, you may just want to Google the bow that's best for him. I think it's in the door to the right of this one. So he's just got a dragon's ear. Basically, what happens, that moonbeam gem will let you open one of these doors in this area. Like that door we just entered there's 2 actual rooms in there, and that moonbeam gem will open one of them. Well, there's a few other rooms in here, in this safe area, and each of them will lead to 2 of them secret rooms again. So each one has a weapon or piece of armour that's good for a certain build or type of builds. In the room I went in, I got the dragon's ear. It's a weird thing to pronounce. Yeah, I got the dragon's ear. That's really, really good bow this early in the game. To be honest, it's good for the rest of the game really. So it does magic damage and strength damage, physical damage. So if you are using the end game, bit of advice for that is the parry apps that you can get, which increase your damage. You can use magic ones and physical ones with them because it's got magic damage and physical damage. You can use them both for that. Anyway, so once you've got that, you're back in here. Now that gut of mist, we've come all the way down now. You come in that broken wall, and you come into the sewer area. Let's head all the way through here. It is a bit dark, so you can take out your torch if you need to, or you can just use the mini map to navigate, because the mini maps does show the path for you. Down here through. Now this is where there's a bit. This is the last difficult enemy of this guide. So you've got that gauntlet that we did, and this boss here. That's the only 2 difficult parts you have to pass in this guide to get to level 0 to 75 in 30 to 40 minutes. So what his giant eye does is when he shines at you, make sure you're not facing him, because he'll cast all sorts of debuffs on you, and one of them will be blindness, and you just won't be able to see a thing. Basically, game over. So, when you first come in, he'll first shine his eyes. You just hide behind that pillar or look away. You want to come down here. Now, I'm just waiting up here until he's sort of facing me where I am now. And then once he is, drop down, and now you just want to throw your throw blasts at him. His eye. They need to hit him in his eye. Not going to be perfect because they do have a large area of detonation. Just make sure you're throwing them at his eye.
Yes, Arisen. I am honored to travel.
Right, that's it. So when every 1 or 2 throw blasts, you'll see he'll do the animation that's indicating. He'll do that. Close his eye. When he does that, just look away. That's it. Then resume throwing the throw blast. The reason I didn't drop down to the steps straight away is because you probably saw them tentacles that are spawning. If they hit you, they can kill you. So I just stay up there and then drop down. So if any have fired any projectiles in that time, they should hopefully go over my head or go to where I was above. So yeah. So I've got a bit ahead of myself slightly, and I didn't say you do need to use that fiendish extract when you come in here, because if any of the tentacles hit you, they will kill you in 1 hit. But
yes,
that fiendish extract, because it doubles your health, it will just
I am
allow you
honored
to
to travel
take an
with
extra
you.
hit, which will give you time to heal that health back. Alright, so just repeat this.